coach last week that, man, he was so torn because he was like, I got my captains that are now my captains, my junior captains,
Yeah.
they're getting the team together and they're all doing stuff on their own. He said, but the problem with that is they're breaking rules and stuff that they're not supposed to be doing because they're getting 40 and 50 kids together. And he was like, man, it's so hard for me to, like, how do I tell them to stop doing what they're doing when kids are taking control and building leadership and doing things that I've always wanted them to do, but now I got to tell them to stop.
It's a bigger picture. We talk to our coaches about it all the time while we're talking about get out, work hard, continue to stay in shape, continue to work on these plays. We make sure that we put an emphasis on doing that in the proper setting. I think that, my opinion, to knowingly, with everything going on, to know that you have kids meeting in groups in close proximity and with people of more than 10, I think it's irresponsible not to address it. And it may not mean a hill of beans. It may not, and nobody may get sick from that deal or whatever. But I think that in our program, and especially because of the Sports U app that we use is so transparent, it's important that our parents see us while promoting getting out and keeping chemistry and working hard and continuing to improve. As much as we preach that, we're also preaching doing it in a safe way with no more than 10 people and trying to keep your distance and using the precautions like gloves or hand sanitizer or whatever you can do to keep and so anyway, I think it's a balance. It's a tough balance, but I think that's where we stand. We want to be clear that in no way anything that we're asking you to do are we going against what the CDC is recommending.
Right.
And so we want to make that abundantly clear to our kids and to our parents that there's a way to do what we're asking you to do and still improve without being in a group of more than 10 folks.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's such a catch-22 to be like, hey, don't do that.
It is. But I just think that you have to, I think your values and what's important to you makes that easy. I think if you follow what the doctors are saying and what the people that are way smarter than me when it comes to dealing with this kind of stuff are saying, I think it's easy to say, look, man, take these precautions, and the quicker, you stop getting around people and maybe getting it from an asymptomatic person and taking it back to your mom who has the symptoms for it and now can't get in, you make wiser decisions. And so I think, as eager as we want kids to be about taking that leadership role, I think a part of leadership is also doing what's right. And I think what's right is not meeting in groups of 10 or more right now. If it was, I think we'd be doing it. But I challenged our coaches to find unique ways for them to do drills, even if that, because I was personally like, I am good with them being in groups of 9, right? But I'm not going out and saying that. But I'm like, hey, CDC says less than 10, so no more than 10 people. So O-line, D-line, y'all hook up,
Yeah, right.
But I'm not promoting that. I made our coaches, because we got some parents that are like, go ahead, this ain't no big deal. And,
right.
and you got some parents that aren't letting their kids leave the house. And so I said, whatever we present to our kids, it needs to be something that they can do. And so most of our drills, most of our tackling drills, for example, you don't need at least 2 people. You need something. You need a target, right? And so they had to work together in their meetings as coaches to find ways to adjust those drills. And so instead of having a target, you use a landmark to finish. And so, and they've been working out fine. And it takes away some of the, the randomness of where you have to go in the drill. But again, you got to build it to where if you got a kid that can't do anything but go out in his backyard and it's him and his dog,
Right.